It worked like instantly. Hi.
That was awesome. How are you?
Ooh, I'm a bit hot. It's a bit hot. It was very hot in London today.
It was
It
hot.
was great, but driving around in my suits felt like a good idea in the morning. But then in a few hours into the drive, it was a bit hot. But it was great. It was a nice day. So.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, and how was your day?
My day was good. It was slow. Well, we weren't very busy because it's Friday, so I left work. When I mean leave work, I work from home, so I'm putting my little earpiece in so I can hopefully hear a little bit better without having to.
Hi, Sarah. Hello, Ibrahim.
Sensational moment.
Hi, guys. I'm just saying hi to my followers.
Say hi to my friend
your followers,
Melissa from work. She's on here. She works with me.
Hi, Melissa from work. How are you? Just to understand how that works. So the people that join, are they on the one on my screen? Are they my followers or your followers?
They can see both, and I put your name at that. It was alive with you in the title. Did you see that?
No. Oh yeah, we Cedric. Yeah. God, you're so high tech. Hola, Melissa. Is that?
It should. Yeah, and people are starting to come in. When it was just me talking to myself a second ago, it was just me, Melissa, and Julie. So people, I think, are seeing you here and starting to come in.
Julie Webster. That's your friend, Julie Webster?
No, Melissa's my friend. She just said hola. Julie,
hi, Julie.
Lovely too, but she said.
No, she's one of my followers, Julia. I thought she knew as well. Julian, hello.
Hi, Julian Pollock. So
your hair's darker than before.
Yeah, this is the real color of my hair.
I like it. I think that suits you better.
Yeah, it is.
If I may say.
You may. The blonde is just a little.
Too late. I already did.
And I'm a little.
I've already did
to have that blonde.
Hi guys.
Now, hi, Anna's roommate. I hate it when I don't pronounce them right. Hi, Shisha Doll.
Shisha Doll, yeah, that's my followers. They're all lovely people. We're amongst friends, so that's good.
So I have a friend that's staying with me, and she's helping me with my mom, taking her to doctor's appointments this week. And she had never. I was telling her that we were kind of that we were working together on some stuff, and she had never seen it. So we watched episode 1 of season 1. Can you hear me? Yeah. Did you hear any of that?
It just kind
of... Sorry. I was telling you I have a friend in town. She's from another state, and I was telling her I was working with you on some stuff, and she had never... This is her, actually. Tell me right. But
hi.
She had never seen The Real Housewives of Beverly... Well, she had seen it a little bit, but we watched episode 1, almost all of it today, and that was interesting. It's been a while.
Oh, well, that's good. At least she doesn't hate me yet.
No, she doesn't hate you.
So, very good. So, I've got one person that doesn't. I was after the podcast from the Behind the Velvet Rope, and it got picked up by the Bravo Housewives, and I started reading some comments last night, and oh my God, people are vicious. Wow.
They were being mean about it?
There's about me. There's still so much hate for Cedric. Which I don't understand, because if they actually bothered now to really read what I posted, and I proved everything that I said. So I think it's like when you tell someone that Father Christmas isn't real, or other like deep rooted belief, and all of a sudden it's like no, I am not listening to you. No, you're the bad one. You're the bad, because it kind of fits with what they've been told for the last 10 years. So I get that. So. But let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Hi, Jules.
And did you see? I sent you a thing where Lisa is starting a podcast, and that's
I saw that. Well done, her. I think it's any success is good. I'm sure she'll do well because she has lots of followers. So I'm sure she'll be asked
to be a guest on it.
Oh well, I said
what if she decides
Father Christmas
to clear the air.
I said Father Christmas is not real, so fairy tales are not real either. So there's no way in hell that she would ask me to come.
Could you see her
on her show?
I'm going to confront this head on and just invite him on my show. Can you see her doing that?
No, she wouldn't, because if she doesn't control the narrative, she would never expose herself that way.
Hi, John. I interviewed John Miller the other day. Hi.
Hi, John. Hello. No, she would never yeah, I can see him. She would never allow herself to be exposed. I mean, from what I heard, because I haven't really followed since I left the show, which is another surprising thing. If people think that I've been obsessed with them for the last 10 years, far from the truth. It just started like a month ago, since Netflix starting showing everything. So only in the last month I've realized that she's done a lot. She's, and well done her. She's accomplished a lot, and the jewelry and this and this and that. A lot of also failed. A lot of stuff has failed as well. But good for doing it. Do you know what I mean? So, the one thing she will never do is just, face me, because then she would have to admit. It's either you admit the truth, and then she would have to admit to all her followers, that she lied to them, and all the adulation and the admiration for her was based on deceit. So they fell in love with a character that's not real. So they would never admit that. They would never admit that they lied, because it would just destroy the whole brand. Could you imagine?
But say you're wrong and she does invite you. Would you say yes?
Of course I would. Of course I would. Absolutely, 100%. Lisa, if you're listening, I sound like Donald Trump. Lisa, if you're listening,
they'll be talking to Santa Claus.
100%. I think what we should do is have a podcast with Ken, Lisa, Brandy, myself, Andy Cohen in the mix. Yeah. Who else betrayed me on TV? And the executive producer of Evolution. I think that would be a very interesting conversation. That I would love to see. So all the top dogs from what made the show successful. So Lisa, Brandy, Ken for line, and Lance Bass. Come on, let's just
Melissa
throw
just gave you a fist bump. Yes, Lance
Bass. Throw like a little bit of a Lance Bass in there. And if all those people are so adamant that I'm a liar, then face me. Face me in front of everyone. Go on. And let's have a polygraph test.
Oh, hold on one
Why
second.
not?
I'm going to send this to Lisa Rinna and let her know that you're live right now. Hang on 1 second.
This is Hollywood, right? LA. So let's do a polygraph test as well. Me, happy to do it.
Maybe Dr. Phil. Do you guys have Dr. Phil in London?
Yeah, we have, but he's a bit of a twat, isn't he? He's I don't like people that preach and not follow what they preach, because I heard rumors about certain women of the night and some illicit drugs. Oh. This is it's all gossip, so I don't want to spread things that are not true. But see, I'm as bad as the Cedric haters that just jump to conclusion. You see, we all do it. It's terrible.
Well, it's just gossip that you heard. You don't know if it's true or not. What was it?
Well, exactly my point. But at least I have the brain to say, you know what, that I shouldn't have said that, because people just viciously attack me or go after you or go after behind the word David without even knowing the first thing, which I found that amazing. But, I guess they say no bad publicity. I don't know.
There's rumors about everybody. Hi, Irma. I have another friend that
Julie Webster wants to know all the gossip. Yeah.
I do too, Julie. And the Morgan letters, yeah, spill the tea. We love Dr. Phil, Jessica said. Have you ever met Dr. Phil?
No.
I've never heard any rumors about Dr. Phil.
I haven't met everyone in Hollywood, I was in Hollywood for a hot second, so, well, for 4 years, but, so I don't know everyone.
Who's the most famous person you ever met? Like a Cher or a Madonna or something like that?
No, better than that. I've met Sharon Stone. Yeah, Sharon Stone. I met a lot of famous in LA. For the story with Sharon Stone. So she used to come to Villa Blanca, and I was in charge of the VIP, right? So she used to come, and me having the gift of the gob, as I say in the UK, which means I can talk to anyone, because I'm just like that. We became quite pally. So every time she would come in the restaurant, I would look after her. So I would exchange tips about fillers and where to go, and makeup tips and stuff. And then one day she finishes lunch, and then she said, "Cedric, can you get my Continental?" I'm like, "What the fuck is a Continental?" It's a Bentley, right? So I get the valet outside of Villa Blanca to get her car. And then she said, walk with me. I'm like, I was wearing like a black tank top vest with the hats and all like rock and roll, like working, right? And I thought, this is strange. Why would she ask me to walk her out? And then she holds my hand, and all of a sudden, there's like a sea of paparazzi, snapping away. Me and Sharon Stone together, and in the press the next day was like, Sharon Stone and your new toy boy.
Oh, I love it.
I wish we could find that picture. It has to be somewhere.
It does have to be somewhere.
Yeah. I never thought. Well, I was in Villa Blanca, so 2010, I would imagine. So, but let's look after it after.
Tonight. There's a little fan joining.
There's who is the most down to earth and celeb you've met? LaToya Jackson, very down to earth. Very famous as well.
LaToya Jackson, is that what you said?
LaToya Jackson. I became very, very good friends with her and her husband. She used to come around the house. And when her brother passed, so I met her before Michael died. She invited Ken, Lisa, and I to the funeral at the Staples Center. So that was an unreal moment. I mean, I'm a nobody, to be there. And sadly, I love Michael. I love his music. But sadly to be there, and I was with the family in the front, surrounded by all those stars, which really pissed me off because most of them publicly did not stand up for him when he was being accused of all those horrible things, right? And then they're all on stage because it's watched by a billion people around the world. Michael, you were my inspiration. I'm like, you're like Two-Face.
Yeah.
So I did not like that, but it was a very moving experience, an incredible experience. Because like I said, I'm a nobody. Knowing the Stallones intimately in the house, most days, that was crazy. And I was just in LA. In London, I've met other people through my work at Shadow Lounge. That was a hoot as well. But yeah.
Somebody wants to know if you've ever met Britney Spears.
That's the second time. Is this the same person who's asking me that question? This is the second time. This is the second time we asked that question. Guys, I have not met Britney Spears yet.
But you'd be open to it if she would like an introduction.
Yeah, but I'm not a fan. I don't care much for her. I mean, she's, I'll meet her because she seems, be like, it's still Britney Spears. It'd be nice to talk to her, but I don't even know what the only song I know is Baby One More Time.
Hit me, baby, one more time.
And something about toxic airplane, or like, I don't know. Yeah. I'm also showing my age because I'm 45, so I kind of disconnected with pop music. And
you look fantastic for 45. You're always dressed up. Do you put on a suit every day?
For work, yes. When I do my I've got because I feel bad. The truth is, I feel bad for all the viewers when they see me on TV looking buff 10 years ago.
Hey, Tracy.
When I was going to the gym twice a day, eating on steroids, anyone could look good. Fillers in my face, in my lip. I was a different person. So now this has been natural. So I feel like I have to dress up a bit. At least I'm not a complete bum on camera,
Somebody said they found your photo with Sharon Stone. And my friend Tracy,
really?
I tell you about, she's on here too. Say hey to Tracy.
Please send it, please. I've never thought about looking for it. That'd be such a hoot. Please send it to me. Send it to Lily. That was so funny. I can't believe that. You see, I'm telling the truth. I never lie. You see?
I believe you. I would love to see a picture with you and Sharon Stone.
I never thought about it. Just until now, I never thought about it. Not framed. That's definitely going to my Insta and watch the haters.
But who else? I know you said you met Naomi Campbell.
Naomi Campbell, that was a really funny story. So we all know Naomi, obviously. And I worked in this very exclusive private club in Mayfair in London, which is like a Peruvian restaurant. Really amazing. And then one of my members that I know came with this beautiful black girl down the stairs, and I'm walking up, and I recognized her instantly. Naomi Campbell, right? But I'm a professional. I said nothing. I carry on. I was busy at work. Then I hear, are you Cedric? And I turn around, and it's Naomi talking to me. I said, are you Cedric Martinez? I'm like, yes. And you're Naomi Campbell. I said, oh my God, I'm such a fan of yours. I was thinking, wait, what happened there? No, you're Naomi Campbell. Why are you a fan of me? I love the show. I want to know everything. So since then, every time she came, we exchanged numbers. Every time she came to London, I would always look after her. When she had like a private date with people, I would make sure, she's all looked after. We stayed in touch for a while. We're not anymore now because, she's a very busy girl. But she was super nice. I know her reputation, but she was so nice to me. Yeah, that was, and again, it's one of those situations when it's like, no, I think you got that wrong, honey. You're the famous one. I'm supposed to be shouting your name, not the other way around.
Right.
So that was kind of funny. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. So what has been, you're not home alone right now. We should tell people, right? So.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
We just want to make sure you're safe.
Yeah, I'm also on the time restraint as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we just wanted to check in with you if you need to jump off.
No, that's fine. Throw some more questions at me. I've got a bit more time.
Spill It Sister podcast. Hi. So
I'll have a look at question as well then, because what's that? What do you have going on currently? Meaning, what am I doing for work?
I think
this is from. Well, at the minute, I've done hospitality for the last 20 years. So, but with the pandemic, everything shut down, as you know. So it's been really, really difficult. But at the moment, I'm doing delivery with Uber on a scooter in my suit like this. So actually really nice when the weather is nice to drive around London in nice areas. Today, I went by accident South London. There was a car exploded on fire. And then the next delivery, I was surrounded by a gang of tall, sexy black men, like all up in my face. And I thought, if they only knew that actually I found this situation very exciting. Yeah, and then they were really nice actually, because like I said, I can charm anyone. So and they were very hot as well. So I was like, come on guys. And they were like playing the music, smoking pot. And I had to deliver my burger through some god-awful building. So, but yeah, that's what I'm doing at the minute.
So you get up and put a suit on. My Uber Eats guy does not put a suit on. I think that's fantastic.
People are shocked, like when they open the door, and they're like, or they don't open the door because they think it's like a Jehovah's Witness or something. I don't know, or a Mormon. Mm-hmm. They're like, because they're just surprised. But I get
they think you're a Jehovah's Witness. I just got that. Sorry.
Yeah. So so I get tips, which is great. I make tips. People take me, especially the women, and I always try to have a little joke when they open the door. That's what you do in hospitality. You've got like a split second to make that good impression. So I've got that down to a T. I do miss hospitality for that reason, to be able to talk to all the guests and make them laugh and joke around. So I look forward to having all restaurants open like normally again.
Someone just asked why you didn't go back to like club management or something like that.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing. First, clubs, I'm too old. I would never want to work in a club. I can't stand drunk people. Loud music as well. I've done that for enough years. A nice restaurant, private club, something a bit more of an elegant affair, like live music, that sort of stuff. That's what I love doing. But I would never work in a nightclub or, oh God, no. I've done it enough, so not at my age, darling.
Are there a lot of God, I would love to go to London. I've never been. I would love to come visit and see everything. Is the club where you worked for Lisa, is that club still open?
Oh no, darling, that's shut like 100 years ago. It's gone back to being a strip joint at the time, but now everything is shut down. Soho's changed, it's not what it was like. I mean, I know people always say that, but in the 60s, Soho was a big club scene, and then it was like a big gay scene in the 80s, 90s when I was there. and then they try to gentrify and get the gays out, but it's not the same. So all the bars or restaurants are owned by big companies, so it kind of lost that touch, when you go to like small people that own, like individual people that own small restaurants, it's like, then you feel it's different, as opposed to now it's all those big companies that swallows up everything, and they stick a different, different plants or a different name, and that's Italian, that's Spanish, that's this, that's Greek, but really you can feel that it's just a big factory for them, so it's lost its charm, that's for sure.
Somebody wants to know if the fights on the Real Housewives are real.
Some are, but they're prompted. So what that means is that, like, for instance, in my situation, that whole fight about me moving out on camera and this, that was staged completely. The scene where Lisa said, you drive my car, you live in my house, that, because I know her so well, I could see she was thinking, I need to say something. That was 100% natural on her part, that she came at me. It gives me I'm not working when I had been there since 7 a.m. that day. I remember. Wow. So that's why you see me standing there like, oh shit, what's happening? And like, I didn't know we could do that. I didn't know we could just make shit up. Like, in my mind, I was saying I did not know we could make shit up. That's what I was thinking. I'm like,
you should have just started being like going with it, like they do in improv, and just adding crazier shit to it.
No, you don't understand. It's like no one tells you anything. It's like, am I allowed to do this? Am I allowed to say that? Am I going to upset Lisa? So that was, but some fights I think are real. I haven't watched any of the Housewives, but sometimes you see they're really going at each other. But I know, for instance, there's a scene that hasn't made it in the Housewives. It's a scene where they go to Vegas. All the boys were at Adrienne Malouf's house.
I miss Adrienne. I forgot how much I missed her. I was watching her today. And
so I was at her house with all the boys, all the husbands of the housewives, and we were playing roulette or something. And then I was told, well, Paul, so they said to the production said to Paul, okay, when we're here in front of everyone, can you question Cedric's motive with Lisa? Like, is he in love with her and that? So this is what we're told to do. So and then they said to me, Cedric, then you react, you get really angry. Well, okay, cool. So we're all having fun, and then so Paul says his line, and I get really in character, and I start soft, and I get really angry. But I was so convincing that Paul got freaked out, and then he stopped. It's like, is he allowed to say that? Are you okay? I'm like, Paul, what are you doing? We're just acting. So so again, if it's not staged, it's prompted, and it's encouraged, set up. But definitely, some fights are real, of course. That's, it's bound to happen.
Did you like? Sorry, I'm wiping my screen off.
Babe, what are you doing? Are you swimming? Are you?
No, I was.
Are you swatting? Are you swatting a fly with your phone?
It was blurry. I was making sure it was. I need a thing where I can just hold it out here, because if I'm holding it, I'm always going like this.
You're making me seasick. Seriously, it's like I feel like I'm on the Titanic right now.
I'll stay still. I'll stay still. Did you like Paul? He seems pretty nice. I know they're not together anymore.
Paul is a lovely guy. Everybody was nice, especially at the beginning, and I can only talk about, like I said to everyone, I can only talk about what I experienced and what I know for a fact is true. So, up until I left, Paul was lovely. Everybody was nice, more or less, apart from, with what happened with Ken and Lisa. But, yeah, they were lovely. Adrienne is lovely. Kat was nice to me in my face. But then I know on the show she says stuff, but that's been orchestrated by Lisa. I know that. But Kai is lovely. Kim is lovely. She had her demons like we all do. Taylor was nice as well. Taylor's a different person off camera. I've had lunch with her and Russell a week before he hung himself. So and
he Russell on TV was weird today too.
Yeah. He was super stressed that day, but she was loving to the kids. They were a happy family together. There was none of that thing that she says speak about on TV, which again, evolution really forced that out of her. They took her in the office at the end of season 1 when she decided to work it out with Russell, where the deal was to divorce Russell on season 1. And when that didn't happen, she got taken into the office and threatened to be kicked off the show if she's not willing to do what she said she was going to do, which is to divorce her husband. So just imagine the mindfuck when a production company is forcing a family to separate on TV because of the ratings when they've got kids. You know what I mean? And things turned out even worse, as we all know now. It's shocking, absolutely shocking.
That's terrible. Do you have any idea what Taylor's doing now? I have no idea.
No idea. I don't even know what on Instagram what her name is. If somebody can send that to me, because I tried to tag her in things, but then there's a Taylor and there's different Taylors and they're all blonde ladies, and I don't have time for this.
That's that blue check mark I was telling you about earlier. Remember that you need a blue check mark.
Oh, that's what I mean. That's a real person.
So, like, if there's someone like Julia Roberts, that's what I use for an example. Like, if people are creating fake accounts, the one with the blue check mark means it's a celebrity account. So, anyone who is in the public, we need to get you a blue check mark.
I don't have one?
No, you don't have one. You have to apply with Instagram for one.
Oh, really?
And I need more followers to get one. So, you guys follow me. So
well, first of all, like, nobody really wants to. Mind you, 10 years ago, people created a Facebook profile. You know, like my face was used everywhere. So when I was really famous then, but now nobody gives it us. So.
But with all the controversy going on, what if someone creates a fake account and starts putting crap out there? Like, you need to contact them and get your check mark.
All right. Well, we can talk about this, and you can guide me through it, because I have no idea. You know me. I don't know how to.
And just nag the shit out. I know you like my little.
It's so hot here, and you're nagging like a mother or like a wife that I never had. So that's it, really. Anything else you'd like to ask, guys?
Yeah. Does anybody have any questions? Taylor was sweet. Somebody said. Agent. Oh gosh, I hate it when I can't say the names. Does Lisa have any real close female friends? Thank you, Jessica.
She did. She had she has friends, obviously, and she had some long-time friend that she's known since they were young. I don't know who they are, but I know the one that she fell out with, and who were in each other's life for like 20-25 years at the time. So. Yeah, Lisa has friends, that's for sure. But I know she's lost a lot of long-time friends, and it's a real shame, including her family at the time. Stopped talking to them and the brother, and So listen, we all make our decision. We all make our choices, and that's something that we all have to live with. So I'm sure that's something that's she can smile all she wants on camera, and create podcasts and flowers and shoes and puppy shows and stuff. But when the lights go out and it's just her and the thoughts and the soul, I know her. There's not a day that that goes by that she doesn't have some regrets about what she's done. Not just to me, but how she handled things. So, but like I said, it was her decision for her to achieve that goal of fame, because she had the life of a movie star most of her life, houses and the money. But nobody knew she was. Her acting career wasn't going anywhere in the UK, contrary to what she's saying. She had one episode on Baywatch Night, so she wasn't very successful as an actress. Model, she was too short. Dancer, she did a bit, some pop videos. I would have liked to like me, like I've done modeling and a bit of acting and stuff, but I didn't make it. That's not making it. As being a working actor or a working model, that's a whole different thing. But that's the Real Housewives really, gave her exactly what she wanted: fame, recognition. So good for her.
Someone wants to know if you have time for more questions. Does Ken have nephews and nieces? Is he close with his siblings? Lisa.
Somebody asked me that question again. Yeah, he has. Yeah, he has a brother named Keith. I think he's got a sister called Maureen. And then he's got lots of nephews, and it's a big family from the East End. They're not too close. Ken and Keith are not that close, but Ken has always been there for his family, very generous. Buying houses, making sure that everybody's looked after, and so he can't be faulted on that. He's always been very good to them, from what he said. On obviously, but I have no reason to doubt. Why would you lie to me? Because I'm again, at the time, nobody. So.
Someone just said, if you could do anything, what would it be?
Right now?
I think so, or like just a life dream.
My life dream, okay. If I could have my really, one of my dreams, if I had lots of money, lots and lots of money, I would have a nice, beautiful house somewhere with lots of animals. Like small donkeys, small horses, small everything, like goats, and that's it. And then you could have
like
kids
Lisa's
coming.
house.
Yeah, you could have kids come in and stroke them and pet them. But I'd love that. Just have lots of animals and just breed them and just kiss them. My job would be just to kiss them, because I'd be rich then. I would hire someone to clean. But my job would just to go around everywhere and kiss all the animals. And yeah, that would be the ultimate. That would be it. And also, if I had that much money, I'd buy my sister a house, make sure she's looked after with my nieces and stuff. But that's what I would do.
Someone said that sounds like a petting zoo. Someone, and this Lisa Delstein 7, she's asking a lot of very specific questions. And no profile picture. Lisa Delstein, if I'm saying that correctly, 7, is asking a lot of specific questions with no profile picture. What? So I wonder who she is. Were any of Lisa's dogs rescues? Hi, Jashayan. I'm not, I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry.
Was any? I think Buki, who was the old dog, the Cocker Spaniel, who passed away. I think they had it from a puppy, so I'm not sure where they got it from. The other one, they were not rescued. They're all from breeders. Like Jiggy was from a breeder. As far as I know, the one that I know, they were from breeders, not rescued.
Okay, but yeah. She seems. I was thinking about that the other day, that maybe you all bonded over your love of animals. You both seem to.
Oh, but that was one of the reasons. Yeah, she's gaga about dogs. I remember I used to design coats for dogs. I had a dog couture company years ago. So I love doing that for my dogs. And I remember I created this massive cream beige suede coat for Buki with diamantes all around it. And that was a big present I gave for Lisa when I first met her, for the dog. And that was I think maybe that was the day I won her over, because I was we were just crazy about dogs and about animals in general, but dogs in particular, I remember one day we were walking around Beverly Hills before the show, before auditioning and stuff, and we literally, because she was bored, and we just go for walks and end up kissing all sorts of dogs and picking them up, and so you got here this glamorous English lass with a massive diamond you can buy 3 cars with.
Wow.
On her knees, picking up little puppies and kissing them, saying, "Oh my God, look at him!" Like how she does, and me, Toe, just kissing it. That was a fun time. That's the Lisa I love. That's the Lisa I remember, and that's the Lisa people don't get to see, which is the real shame. The one that who, is carefree and is you know what I mean? The real shame. Everything is calculated.
They just started watching, and you're awesome. And then someone wants to know if Adrian's chef, Bernie, strongly disliked Lisa.
Well, I bumped into Chef Bernie after I left the show. For some reason, Evolution and Bravo encouraged him to stay in touch with me because of the whole gay thing, because he's gay. So maybe, we could have something. They said maybe we could be boyfriends. And I was like, no. I'm not going to pretend to be his boyfriend just to, to have a one-liner on a fucking show, which is, it was just a non-starter. It was just ridiculous. So, we kept in touch for a little bit, but then I think he was definitely on my side, so which is really great. And he's a great guy, Chef Bernie, But yeah, he despised her. He despised Lisa because he always made those little snide comments about his food. And he's a brilliant chef, so there you go.
Lisa Delstein 7 with a very specific question again. Why did the Todds move after season 1?
Why the what? Sorry.
Why did Lisa? I guess she means Lisa the Todds. Ken's last name is Todd.
Yeah, I know who the Todds are, darling. Yes.
Why did they? No, I was clarifying for myself. Why did they move after season 1?
Move house?
I guess.
Because the house, well, the house, did you not hear? The house burned down.
Ken's family's house burned down?
What are you talking about? Are you talking about why we're talking about Ken and Lisa. Why have they moved from the house in season 2, you mean?
It said, why did they
Who's
move
asking
after
that
season
question?
1? Lisa Delstein,
yeah.
7.
So I think she's referring to Ken and Lisa in Beverly Hills. Then they go to a smaller house. But the real, like, one of the real reason is the house caught fire. It wasn't a press. You can Google it, guys. Look it up. Her house burned down. And even at some point, they were trying to say it was my fault. And I was in the UK by then. Not Ken and Lisa, but you know what the press is like. You know, has Cedric got a hand in this? Or, do you know what I mean? Like, trying to just, like, literally, I forgive the pun, you know, inflame, what's the word? Fan the flame of, you know what I mean? What it's called. But yeah, there was a fire that started in the basement somehow.
Lisa Delstein 7 says, I think there was a fire after they moved.
Oh, was it after? Okay, well then I take everything back. I thought that's why they moved out, because the house burned down. Well, there you go. I don't know. I think, you know, realistically, financially, you know, it made more sense for them to just go somewhere a bit smaller in terms of, I mean, for us, it's still massive, but, you know, for her, it was definitely, well, it's still big, but I guess maybe that, you know, that's a question that only them would actually know the answer to. So right now I'm just speculating, and you know.
Now Lisa Delstein messaged me and told me who you really are, because I'm getting some vibes from you.
That's okay. I don't really care.
It might be somebody. Adrian's home had a fire, she said.
Oh, I don't know that. I don't know, but
somebody said Cedric is a man.
I'm a man, that's for sure.
And blew you kisses.
Anyway, guys, listen. I'm gonna have to. Oh wait, what question? Brandy said she modeled with you for 15 years before the Real Housewives, and you're guessing right. This is from Inspire Yoga International. Oh my God, Yoga International. No, it's not true. Again, there was this classic case of me being stupid. And me following what Evolution, the production said, meeting the complete stranger, Brandy, at an undisclosed restaurant, but then the whole press knew about it. For this secret lunch, everybody knew about it. And then, you know, so the goal was to, you know, me pretending to be friends with her. So if she gets taken as a housewife, then they would have a legitimate reason to bring me back on season 2. You know, so for the drama factor with Lisa. So the deal was, if she gets on it, then, you know, she would help me. But both her and the production just kind of like, you know, completely forgot about me as soon as she was on the show. And then she said I wasn't Manny, and we modeled for like 15 years in London. No, that is all not true. And this is why I think I sent her an email. So I heard you got a podcast. Why don't we, you know, I'd love to join your podcast someday. No response. So I think it's like, Lisa, you know, until they admit, they're like, in the case of Brandy, it was a white little lie. I'm not angry at all. It's, you know, bullshit. I mean, it's like, okay, you know, she fibbed a bit. You know what I mean? She didn't let the truth get in the way of a good story. Okay, great, I get it. But just admit that, and that, you know, and then let's talk freely, you know. But I think people are just too scared facing me, because they realize that I'm telling the truth, and I will just pull every single fact and dates and places like this, is because it's not made up. So and they know that. I think that's why I'm a bit of an oddball and a loose cannon. They don't know, you know. So I'm sure in the next few days and weeks you're gonna hear, oh, I don't care about Cedric who, or, you know. But I know them. I think deep down they're like, shit, what else does he know? What else is he gonna say? You know, and I'm telling you and everyone, is everything I say is 100% true. I do not have to lie, because some of the stories are so ridiculous. You know, I'm quite artistic in terms of story, but even I could not come up with stuff that, you know, Lisa and I did together. So keep watching this space. That's all I will say. So anyway, guys, I'm going to have to bid you farewell from London, because tomorrow is another day. And but thank you, Lily, for hosting that little live IG. I'm glad it worked out. Last time we were struggling. Yeah. And I'm going to jump in the shower because it's so humid. I feel like I'm in a tropic. It's ridiculous.
All right, darling. Well, you have a good night. I know it's like, what time
thank
is
you.
it? What time is it where you are right now?
Right now it is 11:30.
So you're 6 hours ahead. It's time for you to go out or go to bed. Go big or go home.
I'm going to have some food, have some drinks, and have a shower and then sleep. So
well,
I will speak to you soon.
Thank you, Cedric. Have a great night.
Bye, darling. You too. Bye.